Hello dear viewers, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, once again my name is Andrew Tisenge, and if you've been following, you know well that on this channel we talk about scholarship tips, and in the near future we shall be talking about the life for international students. So in this video I'm going to answer one of the questions. Throughout this week I got a common question from different people in my inbox asking me whether I have some current links for ongoing scholarships. So I'll be answering that in two ways. One, I will say yes, I have a few, and that yes, I will expound it in the end, towards the end of the video. And also I will add many links in the description, so be sure to check the description so that you get much about that. But then another answer for that would be I will refer you to my first video, so I'll also attach the link in the description. For those who watched it, you know what we talked about, and those who didn't check it, you can check the link in the description and then go with us on the same, so that we'll be on the same page. Why I actually emphasize on the point of someone looking for their own scholarship and trying to put in efforts and doing their own research is because there are a number of scholarships. Some are for academically gifted persons, others for talented persons as in sports or any other unique talents. Then the others are also for those with financial needs. Then the others may favor the gender, others persons with disabilities. So there are a number of scholarships, and as a person you could be knowing where you can compete best, or what you really need. For example, if it is even with academically gifted, you did some combination of subjects in high school, so you need to understand, if I did this subject, I can get a scholarship for this. All the current adverts that I have, you might find they are not favoring someone who did those subjects that you did in high school. So that's why it's actually important for you to look for that which lies in your speciality, in your majors, and you go with that. Because I remember, for example, last year I gave someone an advert and tried to explain. I gave this person information. This person had enrolled at university and was doing agribusiness, so he wanted the same course, but the advert which I had given to them was not having agribusiness. So this person went ahead and applied for agribusiness. But I told them the mistakes. I told them this is a mistake. But the person had other mistakes in the application, and he corrected the other mistakes and still applied for agribusiness, which was not in the advert. So that was a red flag, and the person didn't even appear in the shortlist for. Yet he had good grades. So that's why I keep emphasizing, understand the advert, or look for your own advert and know what you want. If you look for scholarships that will actually favor that very course, yeah. Then maybe you're a parent or you're still in high school. If you're a parent, you can advise your child who's still in high school to maximize their efforts and can study hard. They will be able to compete for scholarships for academically gifted. Then they can also participate much in debates and in sports, because those are requirements. They are good. Those certificates maximize one's chances to win a scholarship. So you would still be asking about, do you have ongoing scholarships, links for ongoing scholarships? Well, at the moment, there are a few ongoing scholarships. I mean, as in Uganda, there are a few local scholarships, and then there are other international ones. For a few local ones, to begin with, the student scheme loan is open to applications. So I may not have much knowledge in that, but I have colleagues who have gone through it and they are willing to share knowledge on that. If you're willing to apply for student scheme loan, I'll attach the advert here. You be sure to check the requirements and all it takes so you can win that, because it's also a good opportunity. Then there are also other scholarships. There is like Mastercard Foundation Scholarship for Makerere University. Its application window, it's ongoing, and the deadline for application will be this week on Thursday. So if you were already enrolled at Makerere University, or if you're much interested, you can be sure to check it in that short time. And there are also others like Cavendish University. Uganda. That one also, there was some January intake, there is ongoing May intake, and there will be August intake. So you can follow it up, and I'll also attach the links in the description so you check it and know the requirements and also the subjects, the courses which can be offered for scholarships. There are very many other local ones. In your research, you can get them, and also international ones. I think for the current ongoing, most of them, the application windows are not open. However, most of them are always in January to April or even August. So you can be sure to keep updated, make research. For example, for the Chinese government scholarship, China is one of the countries that is at good bilateral terms with Uganda. So people have been looking into scholarships to do with the UK or USA. People have been into Europe and USA, and they forget Asia. But many Asian countries, Russia, China, they are at good terms with Uganda, so it's usually easy to get an opportunity there, and also the competition is not too high. So for example, for the Chinese government scholarship, which usually opens around January to April, it even favors all categories: undergraduate, masters, PhDs, and for the requirements, maybe for example, someone who is going for undergraduate programs, they only require a C, like the Ugandan grading system. So if you have C in the core subjects, then you can win that. And also the age is 25 below for undergraduate. Then for masters, they just need a CGPA of 3 to 3.6. So that one is also fair. And the age is 35 and below for masters. Then for PhD, they require below 40. So it's a good one. Of course, some of the requirements, like the passport, the other birth certificate, and other academic documents, yes, there is much time, but at the moment you can be preparing those requirements so that by the time the scholarships are open, or even other scholarships, because there are very many, as we've already said, in UK, USA, and everywhere, Germany, Japanese. So you can be sure to keep checking the requirements and start preparing them as early as possible. By the time it's open, you will be ready and be ready to compete. Initially, my plan to make these videos was, my target audience were my people from my place of birth, the Bafumbira, but I realized that most of them are not interested, and that's why I'm actually here, because I want them. But then in the process of making them interested, I decided to expand my audience more, because I wanted to use the local language, but then I decided to use this language so that we can understand each other nationally and internationally. So I am open to even any stranger. I can help them out if they want some guidance. Yeah, that's why I'm here. I will bring more information in the next video that will be out soon. If you watched up to this point, give me a thumbs up. I will appreciate it. And also, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to do so that you do not miss out on any updates whenever I upload a video. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. You can share with a colleague or a loved one who might be interested